I still remember the way Grandma's house smelled, like old books, fresh jasmine, and a hint of vanilla from the cookies she baked every Sunday. That house wasn't just bricks and walls. It was my safe place. My childhood. My heart. My name is Sarah, and for as long as I can remember, Grandma Evelyn was my whole world. While my parents were always busy chasing money and status, Grandma was the one who showed up. She taught me how to read, how to forgive, and how to stand tall even when life tried to knock me down. Last year, everything changed. Grandma had been getting weaker. The doctors said her heart was failing, and we all knew she didn't have much time left. I visited her every single day in that cozy little house on Maple Street. But my parents? They started acting strange. Whispering in corners. Avoiding eye contact. I thought they were just stressed about medical bills. Then one rainy Tuesday afternoon, I received a frantic call from Grandma's neighbor. "Sarah, your parents just sold the house. There's a sold sign in the front yard." They did it behind her back. My heart stopped. I drove there so fast I almost crashed. And when I arrived, it was true. The house I grew up in, the house that held every precious memory with my grandmother, had a bright red sold board screaming at me. My parents had already signed the papers. They thought Grandma was too sick to notice. They thought they could get away with it. I stood in the pouring rain, tears mixing with the water on my face, whispering to myself, how could they do this to her? But what I didn't know that day was that Grandma had been 10 steps ahead of them for months. I stormed into my parents' house that same evening, shaking with rage and heartbreak. My mom was sitting on the couch scrolling through her phone like nothing had happened. My dad was pouring himself a drink to celebrate. "How could you?" I screamed. "You sold Grandma's house while she's still alive? Without telling anyone?" My father barely looked up. "It's practical, Sarah. The medical bills are piling up. We're her only family. That house is worth a lot of money. She doesn't need it anymore." Those words shattered something deep inside me. My mother tried to soften it. "Honey, we're doing what's best for everyone. Once she passes, we'll split everything fairly." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. This wasn't about medical bills. This was greed. Pure and simple. They had been waiting for Grandma to get sick so they could cash in on the only thing she truly loved, her home. I drove straight to the hospital to tell Grandma the truth, my hands trembling on the steering wheel. When I walked into her room, she looked so small in that hospital bed. But her eyes were sharp. "Grandma. I'm so sorry," I whispered, holding her fragile hand. "Mom and Dad sold the house. They did it behind your back." I expected her to cry. To break down. Instead, a small, knowing smile crept across her face. "Oh, sweetheart," she said softly, squeezing my hand. I knew they would try something like this. That was the moment everything shifted. Grandma told me the truth. 6 months earlier, when she first got seriously ill, she had secretly changed everything. She transferred the house into my name through a revocable trust. She had spoken to her lawyer quietly, without my parents knowing. She even recorded conversations where my parents had hinted at selling her property once she was gone. She wasn't weak. She had been protecting me, and protecting her dignity, the entire time. But the betrayal still hurt like nothing I had ever felt. These were my parents. The people who were supposed to love and protect our family. Instead, they had tried to steal from the woman who raised them. I felt broken. Lost. Angry at the world for showing me how ugly people could become when money was involved. I stopped speaking to them completely. The silence was painful, but it was necessary. 2 weeks later, the new buyers tried to take possession of the house. That's when the real shock hit them. The lawyer showed up with the documents proving the house had been legally mine for months. My parents had sold something they didn't even own. The deal collapsed instantly. The buyers were furious and threatened to sue my parents for fraud. My mom and dad panicked. They called me crying, begging for help, saying they never meant for it to go this far. But it was too late. Grandma passed away peacefully 2 days after that, with me holding her hand. In her final moments, she looked at me with so much love and whispered, "The house is yours now, my girl. Fill it with the laughter it deserves." She left me everything. Not just the house, but also a letter she had written months earlier. In it, she explained exactly why she had outsmarted my parents. She knew their hearts had turned cold toward money. She wanted to protect what mattered most, our memories and my future. My parents received almost nothing. They tried to fight it, of course. But the recordings, the legal papers, and the clear proof of their intentions destroyed any case they had. In the end, they were exposed in front of the entire family. The shame followed them everywhere. Today, I live in Grandma's house. I walk through the same rooms where she taught me to bake cookies. I sit on the porch where she told me stories. And every time I feel sad, I remember her clever smile in that hospital bed. Why parents still try to reach out sometimes, but the trust is gone. Some betrayals cut too deep to repair. If there's one thing I've learned from all this, it's that blood doesn't always mean loyalty. Greed can turn even family into strangers. But love, real love, finds a way to protect you, even from the grave. Grandma didn't just win. She taught me that quiet strength is the most powerful revenge of all. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, sometimes the sweetest justice comes from those who say nothing until the perfect moment.